Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105. Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So as you can see on your screen right now, you see the CONCACAF Rankings Index. And what is this specifically? It is an algorithm, it is a ranking system that is used to determine seedings and points for teams in CONCACAF tournaments. Now, there is a CONCACAF Rankings Index for men, women, U20 men and women, U17 men and women, beach, and also for futsal as well. And as you can see right now, the January 2023 edition of the CONCACAF Rankings Index, it has Jamaica at number 6 in the region. That's number 6 in the region behind Mexico, the United States, Costa Rica, Canada, Panama, and of course Jamaica. The list also goes on to have the likes of Haiti, Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Martinique, Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao, Cuba, French Guiana, Suriname, Nicaragua, Guadeloupe, Guyana, Antigua and Barbuda, Bermuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominican Republic, Grenada, Montserrat, Puerto Rico, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Belize, St. Lucia, Bonaire, Barbados, Dominica, Aruba, Bahamas, Cayman Islands, St. Martin, Turks and Caicos Islands. I feel like Anguilla is going to be the last in this list. St. Martin, U.S. Virgin Islands, Anguilla, and British Virgin Islands. Okay, that was close. 41 CONCACAF member associations in Jamaica right now in the top 6, as you can see based on this list. Jamaica has 1,486 quality points. Haiti, 1,461 quality points. Honduras are 8th, 1,399 quality points. 2 teams are on the heels of Jamaica. So, what does this mean? What does Jamaica need to do? And how does this impact the future? I see the comments, I see the questions, and I'll be getting to them in a moment. Let me just first say that this is where Jamaica is right now in CONCACAF, not the FIFA rankings. Remember, the CONCACAF Rankings Index is a separate ranking from the FIFA rankings. So FIFA might have Jamaica as 4th in the world, 4th in CONCACAF rather. But in CONCACAF has Jamaica 6th. So this is separate and apart from it altogether. Now, With that being said, how does this impact? Because remember, the purpose of the CONCACAF Rankings Index is to be used for seedings and also points for events. Now, as it relates to seedings, your CONCACAF Rankings Index ranking will be used when it's time for the CONCACAF Gold Cup draw in April. It'll be also used the next time the CONCACAF Nations League is played, 2024-2025 cycle. So this in itself is critical because based on the current ranking, Mexico, the United States, or Costa Rica, one of those three teams will be in Jamaica's group. However, if Jamaica can find their way within that top three, then Jamaica will avoid playing against Mexico, the United States, or Costa Rica within the group stages of the competition. So that's where we are as it stands. And look at previous editions of the Gold Cup and look at the groups that Jamaica have been in, right? 2021, Jamaica had Costa Rica in the group, Suriname, and also Guadeloupe. Costa Rica was in the group. Let's go back to 2019. Jamaica had Honduras, Curacao, El Salvador. Honduras was in the group. Honduras in 2019 was a team that had a little bit of momentum with them, but a team in decline. 2017, who was in Jamaica's group in the 2017 Gold Cup? Well, you had Curacao, you had El Salvador, and you also had Mexico. Who was in Jamaica's group 2015? Costa Rica, Canada, El Salvador. Who was in Jamaica's group 2011? Honduras, Guatemala, and Grenada. Who was in Jamaica's group 2009? Costa Rica, Canada, and El Salvador. Who was in Jamaica's group 2005? Well, Mexico, Guatemala, South Africa. Who was in Jamaica's group 2003? Colombia, and Guatemala. What does that tell you? That tells you in the last 2 decades, Jamaica has always been in a group at the CONCACAF Gold Cup, which has included one of Costa Rica, Mexico, Honduras, the United States. The last time that the United States were in Jamaica's group at the Gold Cup. We'll go back to the 90s, eh? It's been a while. It's been a while that we've been in their specific group for the Gold Cup. However, if Jamaica in the upcoming Nations League beat Mexico, get to the semifinals, that will do good, not just for the FIFA rankings, but for the CONCACAF Rankings Index as well. Because this makes a massive, 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 massive role. Big, big difference. Jamaica can move up into the top 3 in the CONCACAF Rankings Index. And not only that, but they could also, by the time the draw comes around in April, avoid USA, Mexico, Costa Rica, maybe even Canada by the time the next time it comes around. Yep. How does that sound? Well, something for us to ponder, isn't it? Well, the results are going to be important. This is the year where we talk about results. We could win 2 trophies. Jamaica could have 2 trophies. And then we're talking about our reputation growing. We're talking about momentum heading into 2024 and the qualifiers. And that's what we all want to hear. That's what we all want to hear. So why shouldn't we puff out our chest? Why shouldn't we look at this as a grand opportunity to impress, to stamp our class, authority, vigor? It certainly should be. This is a grand opportunity. Beat Mexico, and the door opens for a bright future. The door opens for something special, something sensational. How does that make you feel? Jamie Ricky says, Simon, it's a good thing you go live now because me just I say me have to go ask Simon for a what's the deal on Dishon Bernard. Jamie Ricketts Dishon Bernard has not been contacted. I understand there is a challenge in obtaining contact information with his respective circle, but it's being worked on at this point in time. But I reached out to Dishon and I'm trying to get a contact for him personally. But the deal is he wants to play for Jamaica and he'd love to do so. And he is hoping that an opportunity of this nature presents itself very, very soon. So, great news. So, we'll see. We shall see, shall we? Let's see how the world opens up from this opportunity. But it all starts with a victory over Mexico. A victory over Mexico, and you will not see Jamaica at number 6. I know the 6 is real, but guess what? Winning trophies is even greater. Winning trophies builds confidence. Winning trophies gives you that sense of aura, that oomph, that optimism. So that's not something to be brushed aside. Mark Chambers up. Hope you're doing well. So why can't we puff out our chest? Why can't we do that? I think it's important that we do. Mm-hmm. So let's do that. Should. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. How do you guys feel about that? If you haven't already, hit the like button and smash that subscribe button. Okay, good that he wants to play, so his commitment is there. We need to do our part now. That is correct, Mr. Ricketts. That is 100% correct. 150% correct as it relates to Mr. Dishon Bernard. Charlie W, when will the meeting with Isaac be held? It was held already. It was held already. The meeting with Isaac already took place. So that is a meeting that already happened. And Coach Holgrimson is on his way to Jamaica. Jamie, honestly, I have lots of respect for Mexico, but I just feel recently I haven't seen themselves. I haven't seen them basically be that force that I felt that could conquer the world. I mean that Mexico team we saw 2 decades ago. But yeah. In Coach Grimm I trust, says Jamie Ricketts. It's funny because I'm sure many people have different nicknames about him. Big up to 876 Stream that have coined the nickname Coach Grimmy. So it's something that you'd want us to trend, guys. So let it trend, Coach Grimmy. Coach Grimmy. Let's make that trend. Coach Grimmy. Do you have any insight on how the meeting went? It is extremely positive. Extremely positive. Yes, that's true. We could have beat them in both of those World Cup qualifier games. Yeah, absolutely. It could have happened. In fact, should have happened. I said 1-1 for the first game in the Azteca, and we're very, very close to making it happen. A point in the Azteca, and we were bouncing. You know? If we had to take some positives from that campaign, avoiding defeat on Costa Rican soil for the first time. Yeah, that's pretty much about it, really. But clearly, this was a team that should have been beaten. Costa Rica, home and away, Mexico, home and away. That's 12 points right there. How much points did we get from them? 1 point from them, those games. Honduras, home and away. So that's 18 points right there. 18 points from those three teams. And then you think about El Salvador, boom, that should have been 24. You scrape a point against the Americans and bam, you're 25, you qualify for the World Cup. Jevon Darby says he can't see. Well, my friend, on the screen you see the CONCACAF Rankings Index, and Jamaica are currently 6th in the CONCACAF Rankings Index. This is separate and apart from the FIFA rankings, and in relation to this matter in particular, the CONCACAF Rankings Index plays a massive role as it relates to seedings and points for future CONCACAF sanctioned events, especially the Gold Cup, which comes up in April. Now, the Gold Cup draw is slated for April 14, and if Jamaica doesn't get a victory over Mexico, then Jamaica is more than likely going to face one of USA, Mexico, Costa Rica within the group stages of the Gold Cup. Is this a bad thing or a good thing with us being 6th? It's a bad thing, if I'm being honest with you. I wouldn't put it as a good thing. If it's a good thing for me would be in the top 4, top 3. That for me is a good thing. We're better than being 6th in CONCACAF. I understand where the point that you're going regards to 2026, but for me personally, Jamaica should be, honestly, within the top 3 in the region. Good afternoon, Simon. In those and those in the chat, maximum respect every time. Big up, Marcus Messiah Garvey. How are you? Hope you're doing well, sir. Javon Davis says, thank you. You're most welcome. Rob Youth says 6 is mediocre and mediocre is just not good enough, given the talent. I agree. I agree. Simon, would you give Giovanni Brown a call up for the Mexico game? He had the second most assists in England last year behind De Bruyne. Honestly, his opportunity, it should have come for those games in Austria. I think his form has cooled. So unfortunately, I wouldn't give him the opportunity in terms of a call up. Good guy. I know his brother very well. We saw him at the Under 17 World Cup 12 years ago. But for me, unless he's able to replicate what he did last season, honestly, no. But Simon, the top 4 went to the World Cup, so it's a given. But we're just 2 outside of the top 4. But hey, if I say you feel, I saw it figure. I understand exactly what you're saying, Wicked Man, Chris. I really, really do understand what you're saying. I'm just being very myopic and thinking about the Gold Cup, and I'm not thinking about 2026 at this point in time. I'm thinking Gold Cup right now, and I'm thinking about if things doesn't change, then Jamaica is going to play one of USA, Costa Rica, and Mexico in the group stages of the Gold Cup. And if somebody is going to play football on paper, they're going to tell you that Jamaica is going to finish second in that group. And that means a quarterfinal against a USA, a Canada, which I'm sure would embrace. But I just prefer it to be, I'd prefer it not to be in those groups. That's my preference. Jams, Lows, or Turgot, who you prefer? Right now, both. Both. Jamal on the left, Blair on the right, in a game. With Turgot, I have the ability that if he starts on the left, can cut in on his right foot, can fire from literally anywhere, even half line. Jamal Lowe gives me that bit of spark, that bit of guile, that bit of creative aspect of things. Simon, my mom said she taught you at Hillel and she's happy to see your growth. Really? What's her name? Yes. Come and say hello to the followers. Come and say hello. My mom is shy. Yes. Yes, you warm up the food? Okay. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Robbed youth. Really? She taught me to Hillel? What, prep school or high school? Marcus Messiah Garvey. Yes, yes, yes. Marcus Messiah Garvey says, please remember to like up the stream as soon as you enter, please and thank you. Big up, Marcus. Hope you're doing good. One outside is still outside. True. Mrs. Senior. I'm trying to remember if that's prep school or high school. Uh, Honestly, if you tell me if it's prep school or high school, you give me a clear picture, and if you tell me which subject, I'll know. Senior. Prep school. All right. Seniors are married name? Maybe seniors are married name. Robbed youth, one outside man says, we're not far off, yes, but them figure World Cup we didn't unless you have a time machine and you want to go back to start of the campaign. Yeah. Turgot needs a recall, yes, but I've already questioned him playing 90 minutes of football. I always think he should come off 60, 65. Come off or come on? Because I'd prefer him starting a game, and I'd like Jamalo to get that half an hour. That would be my sort of preference. Let Blair come, set the tempo. Oh, guys, by the way, you guys have to go and watch England versus Argentina under 17 World Cup 2011. Watch how Blair Turgott and Raheem Sterling used to bam, 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 bam. You know, they had some fun. They had some fun times. You know, it was good. It was good. Really, really good. Yeah. Turgot needs, yeah. Come off. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that 100%. And I don't see an issue with that at all, you know? Personally, I think that's how it should work. I'm not saying every single game, but I don't have an issue with that. If you were a pro right now with the option to play for England or Jamaica, would you play? And both of them want me? That's a good question. That's a really good question. The dream would have been to, play for Jamaica and manage England. That would have been the dream. Not joke. But yeah. Who are the new players we're looking to, Simon? You shall see, my friend. You shall see very, very soon. Yeah, man. Very, very soon you will see them. But you know the guy, Mr. Hayden, and you know what I go on Merseyside. Wicked Man Chris Panama, and US didn't go, so obviously, so we're going to be outside of the top four as Costa Rica and us. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Wicked Man Chris. I understand what you're saying in terms of looking towards 2026. Like I said, I'm just looking towards a Gold Cup. And for me, winning the Gold Cup has to be the priority. And I'm not going to accept anything less than a semi-final appearance, you know? And I mean, we've seen evidence of his best form coming from the start of the game. We saw that game, especially against Serbia, in the friendly over in the Far East. And especially we saw him in the Gold Cup as well, Blair Turgott, where he starts games quite well. So that's what I'd say for him, personally. I don't have an issue with that at all. So I'm completely fine with that sort of aspect. Yeah. I was rubbed the wrong way with the JFF post Turgut on his league, and the JFF social media didn't post anything about him while Andre Blake won the Eastern Conference and he was posted and bigged up. For me, once you're a reggae boy, a Jamaican born footballer, a player with Jamaican heritage, and you're doing big things, I believe the recognition is deserved. Who are the Merseyside players the coach having a convo with? Quite simple, folks. You just have to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and use the super chat feature so that you all can be engaged in the discussion. While Turgot didn't even get a hail and he's going to play Champions League next season in Europe, kind of run me the wrong way, said Wikiman Chris. Yeah, I understand. Simon, Victor Montagle promised a new Caribbean competition filled with only professional clubs to offer qualification for revamped CONCACAF Champions League starting in the fall. What is the deal? I think that's more 2024. But as it relates to a Caribbean Club Championship, details as it relates to the format and how it will be structured will be revealed sometime in the second quarter of this calendar year. So that those are some updates that you can look forward to for sure. But as it relates to the CONCACAF Champions League, personally, I would have hoped that it followed the same format like what happens in UEFA, where you have the Champions League, the Europa League, the Europa Conference League. I'm not saying we need a third tier competition. But what I'm saying is that what we need to do is ensure that we have mm, over half of the members in CONCACAF are from the Caribbean. So I think it's only fair that majority of the places come from the Caribbean places. That's my view on the matter. So hopefully that is something that we can all be, you know, all be aware of, you know. So yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. That makes no sense because they're going to do a MLS type thing in the Caribbean and it would kill football upon the island. I wouldn't want to have a MLS type thing in the Caribbean. No. John Paul says, bless up Simon, the coach, and his family that they're way on their way. That is great. Yes, they're on their way. Iceland to, and then they have, uh, then they're in transit, and then they go from wherever they are in transit, and then they go to Jamaica. So, yep. So, wife and son are coming. The big son is not on his way just yet. Why are we even a waste time and develop our local league and trying to professionalize it? Because then we want to develop over Caribbean countries' pro football ecosystem. Look, for me, just like how you have the top team that finishes in San Marino gets a chance to play in the Champions League. Why can't the top team in the Anguillan Premier League get a chance to play in the CONCACAF League? League at least, not CONCACAF Champions League, but CONCACAF League. The top team in the Turks and Caicos Islands playing in the CONCACAF League. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Personally, I think it's a great opportunity, honestly. So yeah, that's how I feel. Jamaican clubs, Haitian clubs, Trinidadian clubs. Yeah, Dominican Republican clubs. Yeah, they compete for clubs. They compete for places in the CONCACAF Champions League. CONCACAF League now, St. Lucian, Barbados, Guyana, Antigua, St. Kitts, Dominica, Grenada. Yeah, those teams, they compete for the CONCACAF League. So that's how I feel, personally. Exactly, and they scrapped the CONCACAF League and expanded the Champions League to 50 teams and want to bring in the Caribbean regions. The United States complains about CONCACAF's inferior opposition, but have so much money and the abundance of resources. Look, isn't this what sport is about? To see the minnows against the big boys? Isn't this what sport is about? And how much times and how much and we remember those minnows, don't we? How could we forget the Puerto Rico Islanders? How could we forget the Puerto Rico Islanders and their run to the semifinals in 2009? How could we forget about them and the run that they took? We can't. We can't forget it at all. You know what I'm saying? So, from that angle, you have to say that this is extremely, extremely important. We can't underestimate these minnows. And just to say that there's going to be three teams competing. Can you imagine? Mexico. Mexico has 5 berths in the first round and one in the round of 16. That's 6 altogether. And the Caribbean overall has 3. So Mexico has more spots than the combined Caribbean altogether come 2024. It's just unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable, honestly. It's just absolutely unbelievable. But the show must go on, they say. The show must go on. So what can we say? What can we do? What you gonna say? What you gonna do, Stooky? If you know, you know. But yeah, that for me is just unfortunate. And when you think about it, it goes back to everything that Jack Warner said in relation to the Caribbean selling its soul to some extent. Personally, for me, it's like giving power back to North America. But here we are. Just gonna have to press forward. Any word on the new kits when it'll be available? February 6th. And this Caribbean Major League now go do no better countries justice is gonna be destroyed the local leagues in the Jamaica, Haiti, and Trinidad to develop the small islands. Yeah. The best storylines from the Gold Cup the past 10 years have been Jamaica breaking into the final twice and Haiti topping their group, culminating in a semi-final run. Agreed. You're right. You're right. 2015 and 2017, it's all been all about Jamaica. 2019, even about Jamaica as well. The first Caribbean team to host a game at a Gold Cup, and Jamaica going on that run to the semifinals, and Jamaica beating Panama for the first time since Jamaica was barely independent. So you know what I'm saying? 2021 was just nah, but you guys get the point. About 3. So yeah. So yeah, folks. Something for us to really, really so yeah. What can we say? All CONCACAF has to do is to have 2 competition with qualifications and group stages. It's not a bad idea, you know. How much damage did Jack Warner really do to Caribbean football? Damage or improvement? Damage or improvement, because when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, he gave Caribbean people a voice, and he was the big reason why CONCACAF went from 1 spot to 2 spots, and from 2 spots to 3 spots, and eventually from 3 spots to 3.5 spots. Jack Warner did that. Jack Warner did that. But Mexico and USA often get 10 spots between them, while everybody else get 1 or 2 per country. Hmm. Yeah. Boy. Is there a reason why Denzel Washington isn't an under 17 team? Coach has his preferences. Antoine Burke cause he must star in the movies. Yeah. Done. Folks, appreciate you tuning into this live. Really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already, smash the like button and also smash the subscribe button as well. Would really, really appreciate it. Big things to come, guys. Big things to come. Great content to speak about. So you want to stay tuned for it, okay? Some outstanding content coming your way, and you guys have to be in tune with it. Yep, you guys have to be aware of it, and that's why we're bringing it towards you. Mm-hmm. You could see a scenario without Jack Warner where other members of CONCACAF would have lobbied in the Caribbean by its own. You see, so CONCACAF ain't designed on a level playing field. It's designed to be a contest between USA and Mexico and have their feet and everybody else. One thing I can tell you though, Wicked Man Chris, adversity is temporary. Everybody has their time to shine under the sun. Do you think Jack Warner played any role in helping the USA Trinidad 1990 game being fixed? It makes me go, It makes me go, when 70,000 tickets were sold at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. And it makes me go, when you wonder if the United States hadn't qualified for 1990, if they would eventually get the chance to host 1994 World Cup and eventually being able to have this breakthrough with MLS in 1996. So it made me go, honestly. But Jack Warner, Trini, wouldn't want his country to lose. Well, maybe there was a plan for 16 years later. Hmm. Hmm. Trinidad hosted 2 FIFA youth tournaments: an under 17 Men's World Cup in 2001, and under 17 Women's World Cup in 2010. Trinidad also built so much amazing FIFA designated fields. And in addition to all of that, they went to a couple under 20 World Cups, an under 17 World Cup in 2007. Yeah. Casey Palmer, DJ Ravel, John Russell, and who else would be our midfield for Mexico? I wouldn't have Casey Palmer. Louis Baker, possibly Hayden. So yeah. I heard Marcus Rashford scored. Is that true? Please tell me Marcus Rashford scored. Yay! Rashi! Yay! Rashi scored. Rashi scored. Pilistri assist. Yay! Ray on to the semis. Ray. Look at that. Newcastle are beating Leicester. Newcastle in the semi-finals of a cup. Wow. Interesting, shall we? But yeah. Yes, he is. Yeah, I think Lambert is going to be in the mix for sure. Yes, Simon, it is. But when you have somebody like Montagliani, that's Canadian, and as you see the emergence of Canada, he's going to make sure it's a 3-hour race. No. CFU has the majority. That's why. This is why Simon is the best, guys. Who else has this level of behind-the-scenes, in-depth knowledge? Big up in general. Much appreciated, Trent. Always love your support. Will always answer your questions. You are a legend as well. Big up yourselves. So yeah. How far will Wrexham go in the FA Cup? Fourth round. Lewis Bacon, Isaac Hayden. Let's see, my friend. Let's see. 3-horse race. Yeah, I get him. 3-horse race. I get him. I get it. But yeah, guys, something for us to ponder upon. Something for us to think about. To really, really think about. Wrexham can get a deep run. Yeah. They can, you know. They can have a deep run in the competition. Yeah, that's true. And if you look at the fourth round in terms of those fixtures in particular, Blackburn is playing Forest Green or Birmingham City. Brighton against Poole or Wolves. Let's go, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Next week, Tuesday. Derby versus West Ham. Ooh, that should be a good game. Fulham against Sunderland. Dexter Daps versus Dimitri Mitchell. Ipswich Town against Burnley. City versus Arsenal. Ooh. United versus Reading. Okay. Cool. Cool breeze. Preston against Tottenham. Sheffield Wednesday. Oh yes, Darren Moore's going to continue to run as he plays Fleetwood Town in the FA Cup fourth round of the competition. Then you have Southampton against Blackpool. Stoke and Stevenage. Luton Town against Grimsby. Walsall versus Leicester. Wrexham versus Sheffield Wednesday. Bristol City versus Swansea. Chesterfield or West Brom. Bournemouth or Accrington Stanley against Cardiff or Leeds. Big games. Yeah, big games to look forward to. Yep, some big games to look forward to for sure. I'm looking forward to it vividly. We include Casey Palmer in the Gold Cup squad. If he can step up in form, yes. Simon, when will we have a competition like the FA Cup in Jamaica? It would be nice to see a David and Goliath matchup with a team from Major League beat a JPL team. So there were plans to have a link up, like LINKCUP link up. There are plans to have a link up, which would be like the Jamaican FA Cup in a sense during the World Cup, but it didn't materialize as they wanted to ensure that the JPL fixtures would be played. So it wasn't played, but there are plans by the JPL that at some point in 2023 there will be a Jamaican version of the FA Cup to take center stage. Would you bring more CDMs than Kevin Stewart and John Russell in the squad if everyone is available? I'd bring one more. And that other person would be Lewis, because of Lewis. And I know he's not a D mid, but he can play that box-to-box role. And when I bear in mind that Daniel Johnson could also play that deep role, although he's not going to be that dirty work sort of person, but just operate in a deep sort of role, I think he could work out well. So I don't have an issue with that at all, you know? So personally, that's how I feel about the matter as it relates to him specifically, you know? So yeah, something for us to ponder about. As a kid, I would bring. Okay, all right. I think that's one of the things we're lacking in Jamaican football. Is Island knockout tournaments would be great for smaller teams. Yeah, I agree. How close is Joe Latipodere to starting with Pinnock at the back for the boys? Might be Latipodere and Damien Lowe, you know. I see DJ and Baker feeling that's Uani for role for us. Yeah. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already, smash the like button and smash the subscribe button right now. All right, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Later, guys, more content to come. You are all absolutely amazing viewers and subscribers.
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing,
posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.